Welcome back everybody to the Cirque Show 24/7. This is episode 5 of Girl Meets World entitled Girl Meets the Truth. So let's get right into it. Alright guys, Girl Meets the Truth. Now this episode started off like, I don't know, it kind of started off real slow for me. I wasn't really into it in the first beginning scenes. I wasn't really into it. I thought it was just gonna be like a filler episode, but then it got really good once it really started getting into the crux and the nooks and cranny of what this episode was gonna be about. And yeah, I was just super excited about it. I really liked the meaning that it had for it. I really liked the lessons that Riley and Cory learned, which is always good. Those are always like the best kind of episodes, when the characters actually learn something and they learn stuff from like their ways and what they've done to hurt people and the repercussions that that may have on them, like doing whatever they done. So I like stuff like that. So this episode really played on the fact that you know for a fact that Riley is the daughter of Cory Matthews. Just the way she acts, the way her mannerisms, just think the way she looks at life. It's the same way Cory kind of looked at life when he was a kid, and Cory always had this thing to where, like even back in the day in Boy Meets World, where he always told like the truth. He always told the truth, and no matter no matter what other people thought, he always said like what was on his mind, and that might hurt people and people might not agree with it, but that's who Cory was. And then he had to learn like, oh, maybe I shouldn't say that, maybe I shouldn't do this. And that's what Riley has to learn when they have like their first play and they're doing like the whole Romeo and Juliet, and then Farkle kind of messes up the play. Riley as a friend, which I understand, but as a friend, she's like, yo, Farkle, you did amazing. And then that gave Farkle like the boost and the confidence to really think that he was actually really good when he really wasn't. And but what was so good about like Riley's point of view, like she did it out of love for her friend to give him confidence, but at the same time that kind of hurt him in the aspect that he believed into the hype that Riley gave him, and he started abandoning stuff that he's known for and that he's good at, because he's going off this one thing that the person he kind of loves the most told him, like, you're great at this one thing. So in that aspect, that's where it starts getting like really shaky, and um that's where things start to get very complicated. So I really like that part of this episode. And then you have that other aspect of Riley's trying to figure out the whole Maya thing, because Maya has this brand new 24 karat, like, very expensive gold locket, and Riley's like, where'd you get that from? And Maya's making up all these excuses and telling her this, that, and the third. And Riley's not really believing that her father gave her that locket, because Maya said, yo, my dad gave it to her. And it was very subtle, but I really liked it, and I caught on to it as soon as she said it. When Maya said, yo, my dad gave it to me, and I was like, I don't believe that, because it's been plenty of nights where you've cried to me because your dad didn't give you stuff. So I thought that was a very important moment. It was very subtle, it was very quick, but when I heard it, it really touched home. Or it didn't touch home, because I never experienced that, but it just really grabbed my heart, because it was the way she said it, and the way you can tell that Maya puts on this tough girl persona, but she's very soft, she's very sweet, and she just wants to be loved, and she always feels like neglected. So when Riley said that, I really tugged on my like heartstrings a little bit. So I really like that when she said it. But Riley's just trying to get to the truth, and like she's telling Maya, like, yo, if you tell the truth, good things will happen, and it's kind of, you even out the universe and stuff. And you keeping this locket is kind of upsetting the balance. And I thought that was just really cool. And but for me, what made this episode was like the dynamic between like the husband and wife, Cory and Topanga. And Cory really not knowing when to kind of tone it down, because that's who Cory is. He doesn't know how to tone it down. He only has like one level, and it's always like to the extreme. So when Topanga tries to cook him this grand chicken dinner and it's like terrible, Cory has to tell her the truth and tell her like, yo, this is terrible. This is like a pterodactyl. It was funny, and it was just very Cory and Topanga. And I like the fact that, Topanga wasn't putting up with himself, and I like, that little friction that they had. But you still knew that this is Cory and Topanga, that they're gonna work it out. It's just fun seeing how they're gonna work out their differences and how Cory keeps going to the extreme. And Topanga's like, okay, okay, and then she ends up kicking him out the house, and that played into the rest of the episode of just Cory trying to get back in the house, and Topanga's like two places at once, and he's like freaking out because he can't get in the house. So that was, for me, that was like the highlight of the episode, because you get more Topanga and you get more Cory, and you get them together, and just craziness ensues, and just that chemistry that we all grown to love starts to show. And then when Cory actually finds out, or he figures out, because what's always so good about Cory, like I said, I think last week, that he's always been a flawed character, and you can always relate to him, because he's a character that he always thinks he knows everything, but he really doesn't. So he's always constantly learning new things and learning the era of his ways, and learning more aspects of life and relationships and love and stuff like that. So that's what I always liked about Cory, that he's always constantly learning new things, because he always constantly messes up. So I really, really enjoy that part of this episode. So when he really understands the fact that it's not about the chicken, it's about the fact that Topanga's always here for me. She's just here in the house with me, and that's why I appreciate, even if she does like terrible chicken and stuff, she's always here for me. She's always like by my side, and that's what he appreciates the most. And that was a great moment in this episode. But another good things in this episode was when Riley actually confronts Farkle about the whole "you're not that good of an actor" and stuff, and he ends up kissing her, and that was just very funny, because it was just out of nowhere, and I did not see it coming, and I thought that was just a great, great Farkle moment. He had a lot of great, great moments throughout this episode, like really getting in a big head about being a big actor. But my favorite moment of this episode so far was when he just flat out just kissed Riley, and her just kind of taking it and just being so shocked. And Maya's like, that's your first kiss. She's like, no, 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 he missed. Like, no, no, that's your first kiss. And you always have to tell people like, this was my first kiss with Farkle, and I have to deal with that. And that was just really cool. You get some of Lucas's stuff where you thought that Lucas was actually going to kiss her, but he doesn't. And he says, I'm going to have my moment. So I don't know, maybe he still will have his moment. But if you watch my last week's video, I did say, like, I don't think Riley and Lucas are going to be together. I more see Lucas and Maya together, and Riley with like a new student that's like comes in like season 2, and she falls head over heels for this new guy. So I don't really think that Lucas is the one for Riley. That's just my opinion. But we'll see. And so far, I'm still liking Girl Meets World. Like I said, this episode started off very slow for me, but it picked right up. And you just had great moments with Maya again. She's becoming probably my favorite character. I don't know. I always have this thing for just flawed characters and just characters with issues. So I think she's becoming like my favorite character, because she had a great moment where she realizes, like, she only kept the locket because she desperately just wants like that picture, that family picture, like everybody. And Cory made a great point, like, people keep lockets not because of it's shiny, but what's inside of it, and that's the most important thing, what's inside of it. And when you open it up, it was just like this family, and that's what Riley that's what Maya's been like desperately wanting. It's like a family. So once she realizes that she has to give it up to like the rightful owner, it was a great, great moment, and I really, really enjoyed it. So what do you guys think about this episode? Please like this video, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you thought. I have more videos coming up, guys. The reason you've only seen me do like Girl Meets World videos is because I don't have my laptop right now, and I can only use like my friend's laptop at a certain time, and that time is only like on Fridays at the time like when Girl Meets World comes out, and I can only use it for like one video, and I can't really do like the Legend of Korra and stuff right now until I get like a brand new like camera and stuff. So I haven't forgot about like other videos. Don't worry, it's just this channel is not just dedicated to Girl Meets World, but that's the only reason why you've probably seen like the last few videos of Girl Meets World is because I can only get this camera for a certain amount of time. And but yeah, I'm really appreciate everybody's like comments and stuff, and really liking my videos of Girl Meets World. So thank you, I really do appreciate it. So please like this video, comment, subscribe, and as always, this is the Cirque Show 24/7. Be easy.